Let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Travis. I do a YouTube channel called Comics with Bueller. Been doing it now for 6 straight years plus. And this video is how YouTube/comics saved my life. So I just got done shooting a video about some books I picked up, and I said in that video I wanted to film something about how YouTube saved my life, and I figure, hell, I'm already set up. Might as well do it right now. So what we're going to do, I'm going to tell you guys exactly how YouTube saved my life and where I was 6 years ago and where I'm at now. So if you're new watching right now, I appreciate it. If you've watched my journey throughout the years, you kind of might know some of this story, not all of it. But really, I can't state it enough. YouTube/comics absolutely saved my life. So let's start at the beginning. About a little over 6 years ago, I wasn't doing nothing. I was just sitting at home, absolutely nothing on the horizon. I was a burden to my family. I was waiting to get on disability, and it was taking forever. And I was just sitting at home, playing video games every day, just wasting away. Very unhealthy, weighed over 300 pounds, and just sitting there and hoping for the disability to get approved. Seemed like that never was going to happen. But I knew at that time that if things kept going the way they were, I don't know how much longer I'd be around. I have 2 wonderful kids. They had both grown up at that time, living their lives, doing good, and they had left the house. And it was just me alone, very depressed. And like I said, nothing on the horizon. And I want to apologize to my family because I was a burden to them. They had to help me pay my bills and take care of me and stuff like that. And I wasn't contributing anything at all to them, and no reason to be really proud of me or nothing like that. And that was the path I was going down, and with no end in sight. And maybe some of you have been there and kind of can relate to what I'm talking about. And so anyway, one day I get a phone call from a friend, Damon, and a really good long-time friend of mine. And he said to me, "Hey, there's a comic shop that opened up down the street from your place. Did you know that?" I said, "No." And so I walked down there, and I think I had about $5 and change in my pocket. And went to this comic shop. I walked in. It's the first time I've been to a comic shop in probably 20 some odd years. I stopped collecting in my early 20s. And just marriage and kids and all that stuff wasn't on the agenda. So I walked in there and I was like, wow, this is great. Seeing all these books again. They had a bunch of 50-cent books in the back room. I went in the back room, bought a handful of books, probably the $5 worth, and talked to the guy a little bit, the shop owner, Bruce, and kind of sparked my interest in comics. And I always had a fondness in my heart for them and stuff. So I went home and I was looking at the comics and stuff, and I really didn't know much about books at that time because it had been so long. And I looked on YouTube and I typed in comic books or comics, whatever it was, and there was a few different videos that popped up, and I started watching and kind of like, oh, this is kind of neat. It's kind of neat to see everything that's going on. It was a different time back then, over 6 years ago on YouTube, so it was just a lot of haul videos and stuff like that, which I enjoyed. And you know what? I had a little bit more money, a couple of dollars here and there, and I went and bought some more books during that week and watched some more videos. And I came home. I said, you know what? I could probably make a video. How does this work? So I look on YouTube to see how to make a video and do the information and stuff. And I have an old first generation iPad. And I took that old first generation iPad. I think my sister gave it to me. I set it up on a bunch of shoe boxes, made a little display, and then showed my comic books that I bought at the store, and just did a little haul video and stuff. And you know what? Some people watched it and made some comments. The first one that pops in my head is Metarog. Made some comments. He really enjoyed it and stuff. And Luther Manning as well. And a handful of others. And so I appreciate them. I was like, wow, people are taking the time to watch. And like I said before, there was nothing going on in my life. I was just sitting there doing nothing. So this was a nice little outlet for me. So I made some more videos, and I wasn't showing my face. I was like, I don't know how this works. And so it was just like showing the books, with my hands and stuff like that. And then, as time went on, I kind of noticed that there was a lot of changes in the comic book world. And so I made a video called My Top 10 Pet Peeves About Comics. And I talked about slabbing and all this stuff, and I actually stepped in front of the camera. You can go watch that video right now. I look like a totally different person. Like I said, overweight, depressed, kind of sad, bags under my eyes, and not in the best of moods. And I made that video, and people really enjoyed it. People really liked it. They liked kind of what I had to say, and I had a lot of comments about it. And at that time, I was like, you know what? This is kind of fun. I could probably do some more stuff. I got some ideas in my head. Let's kind of go for it, And so I made some other videos, and just some really dumb ones. And people liked them. And you know what? It kind of gave me a purpose to wake up in the morning, to make these videos, to kind of talk with people in the chat. Then all of a sudden I was talking with other people, in the community and stuff like that. And all because of YouTube. And so I felt good about that. And then I get a phone call from, what was that? I think I remember I was at the comic shop. That's right. I was at a comic shop. And the name of the channel is Comics with Bueller. And I was at a comic shop, and this gentleman walks in, and the owner of the shop goes, "Oh, hey, what brought you in?" And he said, "Oh, there's a YouTuber called Comics with Bueller that talked about your shop." And the shop owner goes, "Oh, that guy right there." And I was standing in the shop, and that gentleman happened to be Sam from Sam's Tangled Web, a really good friend of mine that's passed away. A lot of you guys remember him. But Sam from Sam's Tangled Web was the first person to actually recognize me as a YouTuber, call me Bueller. And at that moment, I knew, man, there really is, it's just not just the little comment on the thing. There's people behind those comments. And Sam was the first one. And so by meeting Sam in person and putting a face to that comment, really inspired me. And I want to say thank you to Sam. Like I said, he's not with us anymore, but he changed my life too. But anyway, me and Sam became really good friends after that. We hung out all the time. And it really inspired me to try to do my best. And I said to myself, you know what? I don't have anything else going on. I don't want to be done. I don't want my life to be over. I don't want to sit there and receive a government check for the rest of my life and just sit on that fucking couch and do nothing. And my story is not over. And I remember I called my disability attorney. I said, cancel it. I'm betting on myself, and I'm going to go for this. And they didn't like that too much because they put some time and effort into it, but whatever. It wasn't going well. So anyway, I canceled my disability. Really focused on YouTube. Started doing research. How does it work? How does the algorithm work? How does tags work? How do titles work? How does all this stuff work? I watched video after video after video, listened and listened and listened, and tried to implement that into my videos. All of a sudden, one video takes off, and thousands of people watch it. All of a sudden, I'm monetized, and I'm starting to make a little bit of money, very little bit of money. And then I get I noticed that there's a Comic-Con in the area called Washington State Summer Con. And so I reach out to Washington State Summer Con and say, hey, can I come to your con? And can I be press? Which is just ridiculous. I'm not press. And honestly, us YouTubers, we're not press. But we do tend to apply for those badges and stuff like that. And I know a lot of my friends get those. That's great. So I talked to this Comic-Con owner, Steve. Since then, him and I have become really good friends. He kind of put me through the ringer as far as why I should come down there. But he noticed that some people are watching my videos. So he said, yeah, come on down. And so I got to go to this Comic-Con. And when I got there, he's like, hey, can you do me a favor? I said, sure. He goes, I need someone to host the Chris Claremont panel. Chris Claremont's a legend. He's one of my top 5, writers of all time by far. X-Men is my jam. And I was like, sure, let's do it, And because I at that point in my life, I was like, if I get an opportunity, I'm not going to pass it by. And I'm not going to say no. And I still live to that motto today. but I've already turned the corner, and I've already been like, you know what? Now is the time. Like I said, my story was not over. I was this close to calling it good and just like settling and probably passing away years down the road with my health and stuff like that. But I just didn't want to be done. I just wanted more. I wanted my family to be proud of me. I wanted my children to be proud of me. They love me, wholeheartedly, unconditionally, but I can't say that they are proud of me, and that hurt. And now I know my family is proud of me, and my children are, and they look up to me and stuff, and that means the world to me because I changed my life. And I took the ball and I ran, and I had a lot of bumps along the road as this YouTube journey has kind of progressed, and but I kept on moving forward. I always went the positive route. When I first started, I'd get accused, oh, you're buying subs. I guess that used to be a thing. And I was like, I ain't doing anything to tarnish my reputation at all. Everything is on up and up. And from day one to this day right now, everything that you've seen on camera is on the up and up. I didn't take any shortcuts or nothing like that. And as time went on, they realized that wasn't, hey, he's doing it legit. There's no way he can do this without doing it legit. And so, but it was kind of rough in the beginning. And I kind of forged my own path and kind of just went for it. And along the way, I made some really good friends. My confidence came back in myself. And you know what? I just wasn't over. And if anyone is watching this right now, and maybe you're sitting there and maybe life's not going the way you want it and you're struggling, it's not over. Every day is a brand new day. You're just starting. It's not ending, it's starting. And that's the way you got to look at it. Tomorrow, it's just starting. Next hour is just starting. It's not ending. You're just starting something new. All the other crap or shit that happened in the past, that's over. Now you're starting anew. And that's how I live my life. So when I tell you that YouTube saved my life, it did, because I found a purpose in my life. I found a desire and a passion, and it helped me become the man I am today. And I'm proud of myself for what I've done. And I take a lot of pride in my, if you want to call it success. I don't take it for granted. Everyone who's ever watched me or subscribed to my channel, it means something to me. And you know what? I thank you all. Let me jump a little bit ahead throughout the YouTube journey as far as what was going on for about 4 years of my first 6 years. Constantly grinding. Did a show called Comics and Coffee that was very popular. And through COVID and all that stuff, thousands and thousands of people enjoyed this show. And people still ask me about it today, even though it's been off the air for 2 years. Met wonderful people like Bob and Damien and stuff, local people in Portland, Jen, John, just a bunch of friends local that became really big parts of my group and my family. I didn't have any of that before, and that's all because of YouTube. And that's just local people I knew in person, not to mention the thousands of people I've met across this nation and across the seas. And so I really enjoyed that. And I saw success, and people reach out to me to be sponsors of the show. Everything from Max Pro Supplies, the Comic Pro line, to Whatnot, to Dynamite Now, Comics on Coffee, Bird City Comics, Hive Comics. I mean, the list goes on. I've had Black Box Comics. I've had tons of sponsors, my Patreons and stuff. And just tons of people supporting my journey. And then about 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, sorry, I had an idea. And this one kind of is a little far-fetched. But you know what? I didn't care. I'm betting on myself. I don't care if I fail, but I have confidence that I'm going to make it work. And 3 years ago, I came onto my channel, on my Comics on Coffee video, and said, this is the deal. I'm going to sell all my comics. I'm going to sell my house. I'm going to sell all my possessions. I'm going to buy a bus, fix it up, and travel the country and go to every comic shop and comic conventions and just go travel. It's my other passion I've never been able to do, and now I have means to do it. And I said that on the channel in February 3 years ago, and I gave myself 1 year, so February of 2022, to make all of that happen. and we were off to the races. I ended up selling probably 95% of my collection. Bought the bus. It's right here. Fixed it up. Sold my house, sold my possessions, talked to my family, said, hey, I'm hitting the road. And everyone was really supportive. All you guys were really supportive. They were like, well, this is a unique idea. And I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't know for sure if this was the right choice. Definitely as months went on as it was progressing that year. And then, once I got the bus and fixed it up and sponsors were on board, I was like, okay, I'm ready. And I hit the road February. I started living in the bus February of 2022 and kind of mingled around Oregon for a little bit while I was waiting for my tags to come in for my plates. But that was it. So since then, I've been on the road, traveling the country, going to places like this for the last 2 years. And gave up my Comics on Coffee show, which, like I said, was extremely popular and people really enjoyed it. But I wanted to do something else. And I had the confidence in myself to do it. And a lot of support from you guys as well. And I said, you know what? We're just going to go. And I remember pulling out of the driveway. There's actually a video of it. And I said, oh, where do I go first? And I said to myself, anywhere. Anywhere. And it's now been 2 years. And it's just been an adventure of a lifetime. And I couldn't imagine 7 years ago, sitting on that couch, doing absolutely nothing, wasting away to this point right now. I'm in the best shape of my life. I've lost 80 pounds, pretty close. I'm living my dream, living my best life. My family loves me. They support me. They are proud of what I'm doing. I've inspired a lot of people, and I don't take that for granted. My kids look at me and they have a lot of pride and stuff. And it's just like a 180 from where I was. And so when I tell you that YouTube and comic books saved my life, that's what I'm talking about. You look at me 7 years ago, I was pathetic. I was a burden. I had nothing really to give. And now my life is totally different. I'm happy. I'm prideful. I have a beautiful family. I have a beautiful life that I really enjoy waking up every morning and doing new adventures. And right now I'm sitting here on the side of the mountain, and when I'm done here, I'm going to go hike up that damn mountain. And I get to do all the things I've wanted to do. It's not all about money. People say, oh, it takes money to do this, and stuff. It does take a little bit of money, but that's not the main goal. That's not what I live for. I live a very minimal life. Like I said, I sold all my stuff. My bills are, gas and my phone, and that's about it. So it doesn't take a lot of money to do what I'm doing. But I really, really enjoy it. And, God, it just doesn't get a lot better than this. I just got done hanging out with a bunch of friends in Orlando, Florida for MariaCon, creating a bunch of memories that I wouldn't have had if I wouldn't be doing this YouTube thing. And I look forward to the next adventure. And if I could tell anyone out there, and I said this earlier, your story starts today. It doesn't end, it starts. And mine starts again right now. And I don't know what's around the corner. I'm excited to see what is. And you know what, like I said before, if I fail, so what? I'm trying it. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to take pride in my work. So I want to say thank you to everyone who's watched. And here goes a car after they got done hiking. But I want to say thank you for everyone who's watched my channel over the years. Thank you for all the support. If anyone has any problems, or just going through a tough time, reach out to me. I'm here for you. I try to be as hands-on as I possibly can with my audience. I take the time to talk to them every time I get a chance. I take pictures with them because I want to. I want to meet you guys. You guys changed my life. I owe it to you, my time, to get to know you. And it's important for me to do so. And I take a lot of pride in that. But anyway, that's kind of all I have. I'm kind of rambling on here. But YouTube did save my life. It changed my life. It gave me purpose. It gave me meaning. And man, I don't know if I'd be sitting here right now if I didn't have it. I don't know if I'd be sitting on this planet, you know. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I hope this shedded some light. If you have any other questions, let me know. And here's to another 6 full years of doing YouTube and adventures and living your best life.